Hello, this is Pastor Armstrong. Let me share a verse with you. We live in an era where there's a great struggle in our homes, and even in Christian homes, about who is in charge. And there's a lot of bickering and fighting and dissension and lack of leadership because no one's really in charge. But no organization works well and functions well if there's not someone at the top saying this is the way we're going to go. Now, God speaks to this very plainly. And the Bible's not a smorgasbord. You can't choose and pick what you want and then leave the rest of it and not take any of that. Ephesians 5:22 says this: Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let their wives be to their own husbands in everything. And so God has put the man in charge of his home. He's the one that's responsible to God for the direction of that home. He's supposed to lead that home in a godly way. But the Bible doesn't stop there. The Bible goes on and says, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it. And that's a very powerful statement. We're supposed to love our wives, gentlemen, as Christ loved the church. Ephesians 5:21 says this: submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of God. And so this is the bottom line. God has put men in charge of their own homes. Ladies, you are supposed to submit. Men, we're supposed to love our wives as Christ loved the church, and then to each other, husband and wives, we're supposed to submit ourselves in the fear of God. Romans 12:10 says this: be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor preferring one another. In honor preferring one another. Remember, some of you are going to remember the cartoon of Chip and Dale, and the scene that I remember is where they're trying to let each other have their way, and they say, no, you go first, no, you go first, no, you go first, no, you go first, and pretty soon they're having a knockdown, drag-out fight about who's going to go first. But it's very hard to fight with someone when you're trying to give them their way. Men, we're supposed to lead our homes. We're supposed to love our wives as Christ loved the church. Wives, you're supposed to submit. We're supposed to submit ourselves to each other, and then in honor, we're supposed to prefer the other person. If there's no biblical principle violated, then we ought to give the other person their way. I hope this helps some Christian homes. God bless you today.